tell us a bit about your company, about yourself? How did it all start?
Okay, my company's called DIY Kyoto. The clue to what we do is in the name, so DIY is in do it yourself, and Kyoto as in the Kyoto Protocol. And what we like to do is create products that enable people to do something very positive at a personal level. So we're saying, don't wait for governments or big business, just go out there and do it yourself. And so that's the philosophy. We started the company very nearly 5 years ago. In a couple of weeks' time, we're going to have our 5th birthday, which is quite a landmark for a small startup. So we're very excited about that. And yeah, this is looking like a big year for us. We're hopefully going to crack the mass market.
Fantastic. Tell us about the products you've released so far and the product Wattson you will be releasing soon as well, please.
Yeah, Wattson's already available in the UK and around the world. Not yet in the States. That's why we're here. We're looking to meet US distributors and partners to help us launch it. We're essentially ready to go, but yeah, just a few final barriers to overcome, but hopefully later this year, by Q3 we could be over here. So
what's it do?
Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah. So to go back to the beginning, Wattson is a home energy monitor that is different to other home energy monitors due to our emphasis on design. So we're all from a design background, so it's absolutely core to everything we do is to make stuff that people want to have in their home rather than feel they should have. With stuff that's from an environmental mindset, often it is engineered, but it's not really designed. So it's things that people see and they think, oh yeah, that's a good idea, I should have that, rather than going, wow, that's amazing, what is it, and I want one. And so we try and make sure that our products are beautiful and aspirational, and that people, once they have bought it, then enjoy interacting with it. So Wattson is different in terms of it just gives the simplest information it can do. So it looks at how much energy you're using at present, and it says, right, if you carried on using that, your energy bill at the end of the year would be this many pounds. So whenever you turn anything on or off, you get an instant bit of feedback. So, for example, your base level might be a couple £100 with all the stuff that's on standby and just other things that you're not even aware of. So when you're going out the front door and you see that, and it's just there in your face, and you're seeing all this money being sucked away almost, it gives you a real good motivation to think, I'm not sure I want to spend all that, and maybe I'll go and have a look at the Sky Plus box or all these other things that are slowly but surely eating power. And then equally, mine now in my house have it by the in the hallway, so that when I'm going out front door, last thing I do is have a check on it, so I can check if I've left anything on. So if it's if I've turned everything off like I should have done, it should be about £15 a year that mine goes down to. And if it's higher than that, then I've left a light on or I've left hair curlers on.
Yeah. So how does it actually work? How, does it retrofit into any house? Do you need to wire it in? How does it work?
Yeah, it's retrofittable. We're really simple to install. In the UK, it's absolutely no problem at all. Between your electricity meter and your fuse box, there are 2 wires that carry all the power for the whole house, and we give you a clip that just snaps around one of those wires, and then it can sense how much energy is going through it using induction, and it sends the information by radio to the display. So the display is wireless, that can be anywhere in the house. So when people first get it, they tend to run around the house and explore and go and turn everything on, turn everything off, and see how high they can get it, and just learn about what's going on. And like that period of experimentation lasts for a few weeks, maybe a couple of months. And then after that, people have already got a good understanding of where their energy is going, and they've also worked out what's good value and what's bad value. So one of the first things that happens is people tend to stop using the hundreds of halogen bulbs that they have in their ceilings. Like if they've got an architect-designed house, you tend to have like 20 of these things in a room, and it's crazy how much power that uses. So people just start ignoring those and put in an uplighter or something and get the same amount of light, but much cheaper, and actually play around with that sort of thing.
Now obviously there's quite a lot of products in the market that are similar to this. How do you differentiate yourself? Is it purely the aesthetics or ergonomics, or what is it?
It's design, but it's also features as well. So Wattson stores the information that it gets for 28 days, and it's building up a very clear image of what you're doing. So it learns your average usage, and as well as the numbers, it also shows your usage in something a bit more personal. It shows it in colours. So when you're using your average level, it's glowing purple colour, half red, half blue. So as you use more and more, it then gets redder and redder, and as you use less and less, it gets bluer and bluer. So anytime it's blue, then you're saving money. You're bringing your average down. But yeah, anytime it's bright red, then you're using a lot of power, and you need to have a look at what you're doing. But a lot of the time, that's for things that you understand. So you say you've got the kettle on, that'll make it go red because it's such a high power thing. But if you realise that the kettle will be boiling for a lot longer if you boil a lot more water, then it's a good motivation to just boil as much as you need, and things like that. So it just helps you make very small alterations to the way you live that can actually have massive impact. and because we are so simple to use and the colours are there, it works really well with kids as well, so they can get into the whole idea of it. And if you can get a teenager motivated to save energy, then you're doing something right, I think.
Yeah, my wee brother's at school just now, and it just seems that they're doing so much more in that area than when I was there. They were doing it. I mean, didn't teach it when I was there, and they actually are now. So it's amazing the difference that's happened.
Yeah, and yeah, we're in a good place to plug into that, like I say, with our aesthetics and with the colours, and even for younger kids as well. And because it just gives this one simple, really easy to read display. So it can actually be something they get involved with and they get excited about. And as they get older, then you can do kind of maths practice on it. So you see it's at, say, £150, and then you turn on a light and it goes up to £250. Then you can work out how much that light costs and things like that. So
very cool. I do like it. I mean, where can we buy it in the UK?
We've got quite a few different channels that we're selling through. Best one for us would be if you bought it through DIYKyoto.com. Yeah. But we work with quite a few other online retailers in a few different areas. So obviously there's a green niche that we sell in, but we're really escaping from that as well. One of the ideas of being so design focused is that we can get into the mass market. So we also sell through technology sites like firebox.com or I Want One of Those. But we're also in the design market as well, so we sell through companies like booth.com as well. So there's loads of different ways people can buy it. We've just got our first major retailer on board, which we're very excited about. We're going to be launching with them in April. And that's hopefully one of the things that's going to change this year to really get us into the mass market. Is we're looking to get a couple more big high street retailers on board.
Can you tell us who it is?
I can't say who it is that we're about to launch with, but I mean, somebody that would be amazing for us would be John Lewis. So if any of your people that are watching this buyers at John Lewis, then please get in touch. We think that'd be a perfect fit for us because it's got the people who are prepared to spend a little bit more money, but to get something good quality and with a bit of design awareness and that sort of thing.
Now, obviously, you're saying one of the major reasons you're here is distribution in the US. It's a huge market, it's such a catalyst for you guys.
Absolutely.
But looking like 5 years down the line, where do you see DIY Kyoto?
Well, that's a great question. We're more than just energy monitoring. So 5 years down the line, we're hoping to have a suite of products that do all sorts of things. So that any time somebody sees a DIY Kyoto product, they know they're going to get something that's a joy to use, great bit of design, but it's also going to have a positive environmental impact. So that it could be in any market that you see something made by DIY Kyoto and you know it's going to be energy efficient, it's going to do something positive. We're also, one of the bits I've not mentioned about Wattson is that it comes with a free bit of software called Homes, which lets you download and visualise all of your energy usage so you can see graphically how much you use at any time of day, down to incredible detail, down to 5-minute periods or big overview, how it changes with the seasons. And we've developed our first iteration of an online community where people can upload that and start comparing with other people and conversing and sharing ideas. And that online community is going to be massive for us. We're really excited about where that's going to go. Like I say, it's a working prototype almost that's up at present, but the vision of it, hopefully going beyond just energy saving as well and becoming a bit of a social platform for like-minded people. So you could hopefully have people organising events, all sorts of things.
Even link it into Twitter or Facebook, like someone just saved this much on their energy, things like that.
Yeah.
Single sign-on stuff.
Yeah,
really cool.
too right. And so obviously product roadmap is to develop products that fit a bit better into that connected world. And yeah, we're very excited about where it's going.
It sounds absolutely fantastic, I must say.
Thank you very much.
Great. So if you had to give a piece of advice to an entrepreneur wanting to get into this space, what would it be?
Well, we're all very much from a design background, so that serves us incredibly well with getting PR for the company. One of the main drivers for our growth and for getting the investment has been that we're, for a company our size, incredibly well profiled in the press. So I would say make sure you design something that people take notice of, that they see it and they go, well, what's that? And then that can generate much more than just the sales from that, but also the wider awareness that people see it and they want to write about it. So we've had fantastic coverage in magazines from the obvious things, covering environmental things, but proper mass market, mass media, all the broadsheets covered us a few times, magazines from Vogue through to Economist to global edition of National Geographic. It's amazing for a company of 6 people that we managed to get all that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that would be my main bit of advice, I guess.